Welcome back to Stooge Stream. Normally this would be your Impact recap, but it's not. It's your Bound for Glory special. I am your host, the Stooge. Joining me as always is my fake diesel to my Kevin Nash, Gbanks.
What's happening, YouTubers?
And for this episode only, as a special edition for our pay-per-view, we're also joined by the knockout Fiona.
I think it'd be more appropriate for me to be the fake diesel because I'm kind of the imposter on the TNA show here, but...
I was trying to put you over, and I do
Special
kind of
event.
bury Banks every episode. All right,
Onto the show.
onto the show. Let's kick it off. So the show that wasn't supposed to be, it opened with a broken Matt Hardy telling King Maxwell a bedtime story about the Great War with some fantastic anime-style artwork inserted in between to make it look like a children's story. What did you guys think of that cold opening?
Why is it a cold opening?
Because the Impact logo and the actual show opening hadn't happened yet.
Oh, okay.
Ladies
I'll smart you up.
I guess ladies first.
You'll mansplain, will you?
Yeah.
I was reading on the interweb about this today. Thank you. Well, I thought it was adorable, and I love the fact that it wasn't just about the Great War. The story fed into the other championships for
Yeah.
Bound for Glory. So it actually weaved a bit of narrative about what was to come outside of the Hardys' Decay feud, which was very cute.
It told you also a little about everything that happened, how they started, how Matt and Jeff first, became broken, as you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and as she said, yeah, it was very cute and well done.
It was. I want that book. I want that book.
It was a very unique way to recap the story thus far building up to Bound for Glory.
And if TNA doesn't capitalize and get that shit on Amazon this week, I will be disappointed. So their first match on the card was our X Division Championship match. We had Trevor Lee versus DJZ.
Ooh, amp it up.
This was a great match. It ended with DJZ winning with a Canadian Destroyer followed by the ZDT, which was a great little combination move. I love the X Division. The X Division is the heart and soul of TNA and has been since 2005 when myself and the Knockout first started watching it. So to open the biggest show of the year with an X Division match, I like it. It sits well with me. It sets the pace of the show and shows that this is going to be a huge event.
Well, I thought I would have been disappointed with the match, only being two X Division wrestlers. Was I wrong?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, was I absolutely wrong? Like, that match was awesome, sir. Like, there was spots, there was choreographed very well. Both wrestlers showed that, that the company was built for, like, as you said, around this fucking X Division. So,
Yeah.
like, it proved.
And that Canadian Destroyer was just massive.
DJZ, done Canadian
No.
Destroyers. Like, that's the first time I've seen him do them anyway, like, in TNA.
And to follow straight into that ZDT, DDT move that he does was a great combination and really put the point on the end of that match. It was like, full stop, we're done, you ain't getting up, champion.
Trevor Lee bumped actually very well
Yeah.
for that too.
Well, I too was also a little bit disappointed at first that it wasn't an Ultimate X match. But then when you think about it, the Ultimate X matches of late have been a little bit anticlimactic and they haven't really popped as much as they should do. So it's probably better that it was a back to basics, mano a mano, like just hard-hitting X Division. It's only 10 minutes. This is the thing that gets me about these matches. They feel so much longer X Division because there's just so many spots and
So much happens. Like
total non-stop action.
the 3 suicide dive spot where DJZ goes over the ropes, hits Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee runs back in, hits him, goes through the ropes, hits him. He goes back in and jumps over and hits him. That all happened in
if you can do it,
15
I can do it
seconds. Like, yeah, great spots, great match. And
I've still got more to add here, though.
here we go.
Just reading other recaps and bits and bobs on the web, like, I never noticed these things, but a lot of people were bagging DJZ for no selling. I don't know if that's just what he does as a rule, or if that's just the X Division style. The young guys just don't seem to sell anymore. We've covered this on our other show, we won't go into that here, with the new talent and the new wave.
Look, I get it, and I kind of noticed it as well, but given the fact that they only had a small amount of time on a huge show that had a lot of people on it, selling wasn't priority in that match. That match was more to highlight the X Division and put DJZ over, which is exactly what it did. So he didn't have time to actually sell in that. Neither of them did. If you have a look, Trevor Lee didn't do a huge amount of selling in that match either, due to the fact that they had 10 minutes.
It was more towards the end they actually, started, showing, that they were tired and, restless or whatever. But yeah, all in all, it was a great match and it's fun to watch. And great way to start. Yeah, great way to start.
It was definitely the best way to start. You're right. I'm not sure what's happening with Trevor Lee's character. I think maybe they need to capitalize on the term the audience coined him, the troll, and maybe do something a bit more with him. Like, I don't really see where they're going to take him without Hara Helms there every week.
We'll see where it goes and what happens with Job. All right, next up, we had a backstage promo. Drew Galloway was injured, so he did a backstage promo about the fact that he won't be competing in tonight's Grand Championship title match. It was very disappointing that he won't be competing, but at least they went to the effort of having the promo to explain it, get it out of the way, and we can move on with the show. So straight after that, we had the Bound for Gold over the top rope 10-man gauntlet. This is becoming a yearly tradition in TNA, with the winner getting a shot at a title of their choice, which they need to announce in advance, which I like. So it's not Money in the Bank.
It's not a dodgy run-in.
Yeah, they can't be cheap. They have to announce it and have an actual match. So the match featured the likes of Jessie, RockStar Spud, Braxton Sutter, Eli Drake, Robbie E, Baron Dax, Grado, Basil Barak, Tyrus, Robbie E. Did I say Robbie E? I said Robbie E, didn't I? I said
all the
Robbie E.
wrestlers that you haven't seen for a while.
Yeah.
All there.
Mahabali Shira.
Mahabali Hogan.
I love how you guys call him that.
He is. He's Mahabali Hogan.
He is Mahabali Hogan. Nothing to say. If people are complaining about DJZ selling, watch fucking Mahabali Hogan.
Oh, yeah. He goes full 80 style Hulk.
But it's not a problem. Like,
Yeah.
I actually don't mind. Like, I'm happy that he does no sell because it's actually great.
And he should be no selling everything. Someone should hit him and he should just laugh. Like,
Do the dance. Do the dance while he's getting...
Turn heel. I did a video about it. Turn heel. All right, so we'll do the quick breakdown of the match. So Jessie Goddard is the first one in with RockStar Spud. Next in is Braxton Sutter. Eli Drake comes in next. Braxton is eliminated by Eli Drake quite quickly. Robbie E was in next. Baron Dax following Robbie E. Grado following Baron Dax. Grado was immediately eliminated by RockStar Spud. Before we go on, I know you're going to have something to say about that.
Oh, God. Why, Grado? Why? Like, I know you got paid for it and everything, but, like, seriously, like, at least, like, take a bump. Like, job out to someone at least. Like, do something. Not just go in and literally get thrown out by the smallest wrestler there.
Yeah, in 2 seconds flat. It was amazing. It was amazing. Basil Barak was next in. Barak was eliminated by Robbie E. Jessie was eliminated by Baron Dax, and Robbie E was eliminated by Baron Dax just before Jessie E eliminated him. So it was a quick little segment of eliminations. Tyrus came in next, which everybody was waiting for.
The fixer.
And he just came in and destroyed RockStar Spud and threw him over the ropes.
Yep.
So he should.
After a cute little back and forth on Spud trying to get him on his side.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Spud is seriously a quarter of the size of Tyrus.
He's the size of one of his legs.
Adorable.
If that.
Yeah, if that. Next in was Mahabali Shira.
Sorry.
So Mahabali Hogan
Yeah.
was eliminated by Eli Drake.
Oh, well then that's alright.
Tyrus and Jessie were trying to eliminate each other after Jessie had thought he had eliminated Eli, who was hanging on by his
Eli's
feet.
actually done this before. I don't know if you remember. He did this in
He did too.
I think it was actually a gauntlet too.
Yeah,
and
I remember
he
that.
actually did something, but he actually lost in that match.
and then got up and got eliminated.
yeah,
straight
got
away.
up and go. Yeah, exactly.
Was
So
it a number one contender maybe?
Yeah,
or something?
it was something like that. And it was like actually the first time I've seen a wrestler do that. I was like, he's not even a lucha, and he's doing stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
what a cheeky cunt.
It's awesome. So while Tyrus and Jessie are tussling, trying to eliminate each other, Eli comes in and eliminates them both. and he got the biggest face pop ever in this house. We all just lost our collective shit.
I nearly broke the TV. That's how
Yeah,
excited I got.
It was awesome. One thing I did notice, though, before I throw it over to you guys, when Eli Drake actually first came out, he got a face pop from the crowd.
Yeah.
There was people
Yeah.
chanting "dummy, yeah," and then just yeah through the match. And he did this really cute thing, which I've been saying for a couple of weeks that I should have mentioned it on air because now I look like I'm an idiot. But for weeks I've been saying they should turn Eli Drake face. And what they should do is, because the crowd wants to chant for him, have him just be kind of bemused and like almost annoyed by them chanting for him. And he started doing that in this match. They're chanting, yeah, and he kind of looked at the crowd like, what? Why? Yeah. Was great. Eli was great in this, and he deserves a win because they took away his King of the Mountain title. So I thought this was a great outcome for him. And all in all, personally, I don't know what you guys think. We'll find out in a second. I enjoyed the match. I thought there was comedy. It was good wrestling. There was people getting over. Yeah. It all worked well for me.
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up, sir. Yeah, it was a great gauntlet. I actually wanted to see Jessie Goddard's maybe take it. Like, I know we love Eli Drake and everything. Just for wrestling wise, he was actually, as I said, wrestling wise, he was awesome. Like, he was picking up, mistakes that other wrestlers were doing. He was, just all over the place. Like, and like, I'm not a big fan of Jessie Goddard, but after that gauntlet, I'm definitely in the bandwagon, as you would say.
I think this puts Jessie Goddard as definitely in the number one contender position for any title that Eli Drake inevitably gets, which will be good. I'd like to see them in a series. Having been friends, I want to see them be opponents.
And they didn't really tell us why they weren't friends anymore. It was just like, this guy's ego is bigger than this guy's ego, so they're not friends anymore. It's like, oh, okay, that doesn't really explain much. So, yeah, I would like to see where it goes. Maybe, build a little storyline between that and see where it goes. And maybe involve Tyrus into it too.
Yeah, that would be very cool. And Robbie E.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, and you?
Yeah, they need to do more with Tyrus. And Jessie as well. He's getting a lot of traction outside of TNA and the other media spheres. So I don't know, maybe he does a lot of work elsewhere, apart from
promoting
TNA
Big
and
Brother.
other wrestles elsewhere.
You may not know this. Jessie actually got into wrestling by winning Big Brother. So
Are they on the same show or something? I remember you telling me something.
they were on the same network, but Jessie actually won Big Brother, and the whole time he was on Big Brother, he talked about pro wrestling and wanting to be a pro wrestler and hit the gym every day and was talking about wrestling and won Big Brother and became a pro wrestler, and a good pro wrestler, which is awesome. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, thank you.
And just to break kayfabe, if I may, I love the bromance. I know. Sorry, I love the bromance, but Robbie E in real life is about to become a dad of twins, I believe. Thank you to some social media stalking there. So surely he's going to have to scale back a little bit. So maybe they might have to separate them for a while or something. Who knows? And that'll give Jessie an opportunity to do his own thing. You guys know how I feel about Braxton Sutter. Totally nonplussed and uninspired. They're going to have to work a lot harder to get him over in my eyes. And
He bumps uglies with Ali.
can I just
BS for life!
Yes.
We've got monkey heads. Anyway. I feel like I need to put in some sort of King Ross disclaimer. I have lots of little love hearts drawn here for Eli Drake because we do love Eli Drake.
We do. And he deserved the win, so that was great.
But other than that, sorry, I thought it was a little bit messy with that and JB didn't quite pick up with the calls of who'd gotten eliminated, but that is inevitable in a gauntlet match. It can get sort of a bit messy catching up with what's happening in reaction and on the show and production quality, etc., etc.
And people falling out and so forth.
That's what I was saying before. Like, that's what Jessie was doing very well. When he's seen that, like, there was people stuffing up, he actually, went up to the wrestler, interacted with them, made sure they were doing something. Like, everyone was doing something, and I was like, dude, you're not supposed to do that. You're just a wrestler. Like,
You're supposed to get yourself over, not everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. And he was, and it was awesome. Like, well done.
At least
really
no one
good.
went for the pin.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
They figured out the rules of the match and played to it.
Our guys know what's going on.
All right, so next up we had Robert Irving, who is a celebrity chef and husband to Gail Kim. Doing a promo about Gail. Maria interrupts with a miracle. they get a little bit of heat on them for the upcoming Maria Gail match.
The real Miracle.
Yeah, so moving on very quickly because I was just a little throwaway segment. We had Miracle versus Moose. So that Moose. So Miracle came out to just his normal entrance. Moose came out to the West Orange High School football team, doing a pump up for him, and then doing the Moose.
Yeah, when he came out.
Moose. It was great. So we'll break down the match itself. I thought the match itself was really good. When you have somebody Moose's size against Miracle's size, keeping in mind that Moose is a lot bigger than the Miracle. These matches can be very one-sided.
Yeah.
This wasn't.
No, not at all.
No, everyone got their stuff in. Everybody looks good. Miracle didn't look weak against Moose, and Moose didn't look overpowered against Miracle, which I appreciate when you have somebody of his size.
Yeah, it was very
Or
balanced.
Out wrestled, because don't forget Moose is relatively new. He's not green, but he's new.
Yeah, he was only, came in 2012, 2013 or something?
That's
We
right.
started training
In 2012,
yeah.
So, yeah, he didn't get out wrestled either. Now, inevitably, this led to Moose winning because he had to. Moose needs to break away from the Miracle so he can start his own story arcs.
Yeah.
Miracle can take a loss because he's a cowardly heel, and it doesn't matter. Like, a heel can lose as many times as they need to and still be seen as a legitimate threat if they're positioned correctly. So it doesn't matter if Miracle loses. Now he can just whinge and whine about losing, which works with his character. And Moose is just really over with the crowd. Needed a win, needed to show he can wrestle as well, which he definitely did. What did you guys think of the match?
Well, I would like to say firstly about the entrance. It kind of reminded me, the Moose entrance, sorry, I should say. Kind of reminded me of, I know people are going to hate me for this. You know, when John Cena did the Titan entrance in like 2012, where he brought out all those dudes dressed up like him.
Oh,
Yeah. And like it was really like cringy and lame. Like, first first they came out and like rap and like, rap music, and they're like all dancing, and then all of a sudden they all lined up and started doing the salute sign.
And then he ran through.
ran through with the actual, the song he's got now, and I was just like, oh. But this one actually was done well. It wasn't cringy. It wasn't actually bad. It was actually, actually pretty hyped up to watch. I was like, when his Moose came out, I was like, oh. Like I was like, cheering him on and everything, like it was a football match. But anyway,
I think what made it work was the fact that it was kids.
Yeah,
It was high school kids.
they didn't look like high school kids. I'll fucking tell you
No,
that.
football players, they're big kids, but they were kids.
Yeah. Now onto the match. As you said, dude, it was a very balanced match. It looked like Moose was going to take it out from the start, like, for the first 5-10 minutes. And then, slowly you saw Miracle scheme his way in, very, very slyly and slippery. But all in all, very good match. And yeah, I'd like to see where Moose goes on with this. Will he maybe have a feud with Bobby Lashley? Or
That would be interesting.
yeah, we'll see where it goes.
What about you? She's got notes.
No, I was actually making cakes when this match was on, if you recall.
Oh, that's right. Did you see any of it?
A little bit. I might have to go back and try and catch it and rewatch it. But no, I've been enjoying seeing Moose in TNA and that other promotion that our other show is about.
WCPW!
And each appearance, we're seeing more and more of what he can do. And he throws himself around believably for a big guy. He has what Pope would call agility. Have you guys heard how Pope says agility? Over enunciates it.
Agility, daddy.
Agility. It's like, okay, Pope. Yes.
Little Pope.
You can speak. And I loved his discus clothes. I love his discus clothesline.
Finish.
Yeah.
It's massive. Really good.
Love that.
So next up we had a
Can we
promo.
talk about Miracle's pants, by the way? How awesome they were.
Oh, yeah, his new ring attire is really good.
Yeah, they got a little pineapple on them and everything.
I don't know what the deal is with the pineapple, but whatever.
I think it's a reference to when EC3 made a joke about his hair and called him a pineapple.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, when
Now
he
he's
goes,
made.
He goes, I get like $50 haircuts and you go get like $20 haircuts that make you look like a pineapple
Yeah.
or something like that. So Miracle Fool took it.
Yeah,
It could be. That's cute.
Took it around with it.
The pink was getting a bit silly. He looked like Harlequinish. It was weird.
A lot of wrestlers seem to be wearing pink tights in TNA lately. So
Only Martin Kirby may wear pink.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is why the refs wear their pink bands and stuff. But no.
All right, so we had a quick backstage promo with Aaron Rex talking to JB about the fact that Drew Galloway dropped out and Eddie Edwards would be taking his spot in the finals for the Grand Championship title. This was a fine promo. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just quick, efficient, and basically told us what was going on, which is what we needed. And Aaron Rex got himself over doing that I will fight anyone. Yeah. Fine, great, moving on. So we go into the match, which is now Eddie Edwards versus Aaron Rex for the Grand Championship. Slight change, being a finals match. It's now 3 times 5-minute rounds rather than 3 times 3-minute rounds. Same rules, pin, submission, or judge's decision at the end of the 3 rounds if it goes that long. I'll talk about the ending first. Aaron Rex is the first grand champion. We knew that was going to happen, especially since Drew Galloway dropped out. There was no question about who was winning the title. The match itself was really good. Here's why. Not only are these two guys professionals, great wrestlers, great entertainers, but the lights went out during round 2. No, it was during round 2.
I thought it was 3.
Nope. Lights went out during round 2 of the tournament, of the match. And these guys are such professionals that they were in the middle of a submission, so they waited but kept moving, so you could see they were still wrestling, but in this submission, waited till they got spotlights on them so people could see what was going on, and then kept going.
I actually didn't pick that up, so good one. Good job.
Yeah, really, really great. This shows like the level of professionalism that both of these athletes have. The fact that, things happen and you need to roll with it and the show must go on. And they understood that and the show went on. They didn't just stop and go, we're having technical difficulties, so we're going
For TNA to, put up the spotlights very quickly, they didn't panic, they didn't, buckle under the pressure. They were like, okay, lights are out. 2 spotlights on the wrestlers because that's all people need to see.
Yeah, and let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep it going until we fix it. And that's what they did, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and
I've seen sport matches where the lights have gone off and they had to literally stop the match because, they don't know what to do. They're like,
Yeah, and everyone panics and freezes, and no, they didn't freeze. They just put spotlights on.
Probably had plans B to F because I'm pretty sure Bound for Glory is jinxed and something inevitably always goes wrong production wise.
So, but they pulled it off, and the match itself was really good. Aaron Rex needed the title, formerly Damien Sandow of WWE. Anyone listening to this that doesn't know who Aaron Rex is, you're an idiot. But he deserved the title. I think it's about time that he got to hold a singles title in a major promotion. And this title is important, and it's great to have an international star, somebody that people will see and know, being the first person to hold it.
Look, unfortunately, we didn't get to see him versus Drew Galloway, which was kind of the minor upset about that match. But, Eddie Edwards taking his place is, the fair being, them two being in the finals and whatever. Look, as you said, I enjoyed the match. It was actually pretty good. These two dudes actually showed that they can wrestle. So that's not about, Eddie Edwards is a high flyer. He's been in the X division. He's a tag team wrestler, you know what I mean? So he can, throw himself around. And, he's very athletic and whatnot. And same as Aaron Rex and what. But, they showed these dudes, these dudes can show that they can go for hours. And, mind you, these guys haven't wrestled for a month. So for them to go for this long and, not bust up or anything like that, I appreciate that. I give them props for that.
And nobody knew if this show was even going to go forward. And everyone's been on holidays for a month. And then to have the match that you were supposed to have just thrown out the door when you arrive and have to just substitute someone else.
Not the same person, mind you. Not the same wrestler.
That's what I mean. Drew's just gone. Okay, so we had this match lined up that we'd worked out. What do we do now? Oh, we throw Eddie Edwards in. You guys are going to have to work it out on the fly. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, no, it was. It was pretty good. And those dudes are professionals, as you said. They work so well. And admittedly, Aaron Rex deserved the title. He was going to get it. He told us he's going to get it.
Repeatedly. He's like, this is what the bookers have told me. I'm going to win. I'm going to face Drew Galloway in the finals, and then I'm going to win.
A bit unfortunate how it happened. I maybe could have seen him I know it was Bound for Glory and they had to do it at Bound for Glory, but maybe even, held it, for a while until Drew Galloway got back and then had the match, maybe.
I think Drew should just be the number 1 contender for the title now.
No, okay, yeah. Well, that would make more sense.
Depends how long he's injured for and what will happen
Yeah.
next. Personally, I've always felt a little bit awkward about Eddie Edwards since Davey Richards was injured and left, because I love Davey so much, and I think it's just been hard for me to get Edwards over in my mind. I don't know what they're going to do with him from here. I think he did a great job sort of stepping in. I feel a bit sorry for him having to be like please just go in and put on a good match.
He's actually been the stepping guy for a lot of these
Yeah.
stuff, like for DJZ, for, now Aaron Rex.
He's moved into a position of an enhancement worker, which is a shame. He should be a front and center title holder, but he can't always be the title holder. So I like the fact that he is putting people over.
And he did have the title when him and Davey were together, the tag team title. So for a
And
while.
he's held the X Division title.
Yeah, and he held the X Division title for a short period, but still held it. So props to him.
Yeah, he's got a bright future regardless.
Yeah, I just wonder if he's going to ditch the Wolves gimmick. Yeah, and I did see he had a new T-shirt though, which is a bit annoying because it had the same terrible claw marks that he body paints on himself every week. I think if he ditched that, I might actually get it behind him a bit more.
She doesn't like the body
Please
paint.
listen. share this to Eddie Edwards.
All right,
I'm too scared to tweet him directly.
Well, Billy listened to us before, so maybe.
Yeah. He started
Uncle
wearing black
Billy.
suits. Yeah. All right, so moving on, we had Gail Kim's Hall of Fame moment where we had Christy Hemme, Taryn Terrell, Awesome Kong, and Dixie Carter all giving little speeches. She got her.
Shout out to Awesome Kong, by the way. Woo!
Kong!
Love you, Oprah.
Yeah, she had Oprah hair badly. It was awesome. She's become someone's mum now. It's fantastic.
she's a mom. That's why she left TNA.
I love the fact that she had to wear her actual wrestling top. Like, she rocked up and looked like such a mum that they're like...
I actually seen photos of her on Facebook and stuff before, of her just rocking up to Impact, Universal Studios. And it doesn't even look like it. She's full wearing like a gown and shit. Yeah. It's like, hell, is that Kong? Wait, is that Gail Kim's mum? Like, what the hell is that?
So they made her wear her wrestling top, so everyone's like, that's Kong's... Oh, wait, that's Kong!
It wasn't her wrestling top. I think the seamstress might have knocked something off for her that was actually like
That looked like
a
it.
normal top, but with the designs of her wrestling attire.
That was cool. But the whole moment was very sweet, and Gail Kim gave her a great speech. She got her Rolex. There was a nice video package where everyone put Gail Kim over. Everyone. Al Snow loves putting people over. Put Gail Kim over. Over.
He
Like,
went for 2 minutes just putting her over.
Yeah.
There was people, everyone in the video was quick 30-second, we love you, Gail. You're the best. You deserve it.
and then it cuts back to Al Snow.
Yeah, Al's still going, and then it's just going out, and then
it goes to someone
Gail's
else.
a great wrestler, man. Yeah, you gotta appreciate her. She's done so much for, and then someone else, hey, we love you, Gail. Back to Al. She's done so much for the company. She's so great. I absolutely love her. Go, Gail. Oh, Al, you're great. Yeah.
And then cuts back to Al. Nobody's done as much for women's wrestling as Gail Kim has. And then it cuts to Billy. We love... Congratulations, you deserve this. Then it cuts back to Al again.
Mind you, it comes back to everyone saying congratulations, we love you, Gail, and then still gets back to Al, still one of the greatest TNA female knockout wrestlers. Still going, mind you. They're like, Al, stop.
You can't pick a greatest match with Gail Kim. Every match is a great. Just on and on. But Al is awesome. Love Al.
Well, it was well deserved, but it was...
Love Al. That was a nice package.
Yeah.
All right, then we went to the moment that everybody was waiting for. The Great War is upon us!
I hope they can hear that. It just sounds like me,
Doing something bad.
I'll shit myself.
If anyone has watched the TV show The League, and if you haven't, I recommend stop this right now and go and find it somewhere, anywhere. They mentioned vinegar strokes, and that's the facial expression someone makes in the throes of pleasure, shall we say? So
Oh, Matt Hardy makes that face.
Matt Hardy's vinegar stroke.
I've seen Into That Man's Soul many a times.
All right, so let's... I don't know how to tackle this one, so I'm gonna try my best. It opens with Reby playing piano live, for an intro for Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero, and Jeff sings obsolete
Can
at
we
one
just
point.
say she can play that piano?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. I thought she was going to buckle. Nope.
Nope. She was amazing. And something that you may not have noticed is there was actually little nods to all the different eras of the Hardy Boys in there. So there was the original Hardy Boys WWE theme played for a second. And then there was Jeff Hardy's theme and Matt Hardy's theme played for a second. Then it went into the broken Matt Hardy theme. Then it went into Jeff's obsolete theme. Very cool. So this match, I don't know how to tackle it. So I'm just going to say words. And hope they make some resemblance of sense. Backstage, car park, street, the redneck they raped, fire, Janice, Willow, Vanguard 1, tax, tables, chairs, barbed wire.
Abyss is death.
These are all things that happened in that match. Like, I don't know.
We're not making this stuff up. Like, literally, like, I'm shit you not. This all happened.
This all happened in the match. It was... I don't, like... Yeah, it's another one of those moments where this is either the greatest wrestling thing I've ever seen or the most fucked up. And I don't know what side I stand on. I think I'm on, like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. But I can't be sure. That's why it's so great. I can't be sure.
Well, surely, like most entertainment, wrestling, though, is a medium where everything has been done before. So they're kind of trying to do something different within that landscape.
It's amazing.
I'm on board now. I wasn't at first, but I could see the absurdity. You know, it's not meant to be too serious, but yeah, the Hardys got there. Just amazing professionals, aren't they? They just suck you in. And Abyss and Crazy Steve and Rosemary as well have built up their characters.
Oh, everyone was great. The package before this...
Well, that's what I was about to say. It wouldn't have... This whole Great War thing wouldn't have worked or gone this far if it wasn't for Decay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And I thought the package, like the editing packages throughout the show were fantastic for the Great War, but the one right beforehand that showed Decay beating them down last week and ending with that triple split shot of Abyss up the top and Rosemary... No, what was it? Crazy Steve and Abyss and a split shot up the top and Rosemary down the bottom, all going Decay, and them all laid out. That was just really well done, really high. Like, I got it. I'm like, I want to see what happened. And Matt Hardy has just leaned into this character so well. And Jeff is leaning into this story arc and doing the whole, like, transforming into Willow. And, like, man, and there's so many moving pieces as well. This would be really hard to keep track of because there's the bits that happened in the ring. There's the pre-taped backstage bits. Like, clearly they're pre-taped. Don't be retarded. The dude changes costume like 5 times. There's the Reby playing piano and Rosemary's bit. And, like, there's just so many moving pieces. And to get that all working as one machine and to pull that off, like, just...
Like, I thought I seen it all with, you know, the Roman candles, the boats, the reincarnation of, what's Abyss's alter ego called again?
Joseph Parks.
Joseph Parks.
Oh,
like,
that was a highlight.
yeah. I thought I seen it all, right?
Drago, Jeff Hardy.
Drago, Jeff Hardy, you know.
Lake of Reincarnation.
Yeah. You know, no, I was completely wrong. That match just wooed me till I was just like, I've had enough.
I'm done.
I'm done. Stop.
You won. You won. You got me. You win, Matt Hardy.
Well, yeah, you take my money, Matt Hardy.
Yeah, you got me. But better yet, the fact that it was just a wrestling match. Like, yeah, it was backstage and there was this and that.
There
but
were a few cutaways.
There was-
Yeah, but it had to happen because that was in continuity.
Inevitable,
Yeah.
But it wasn't a delete or decay. It wasn't a final deletion. It was more wrestling.
There was a ring this time. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, like an actual ring.
The live audience.
Yeah, with a live
Not under a tree.
Yeah, not under a tree, not under Mexican gardeners or anything like that. No, just a whole wrestling, you know, ring with fans and everything.
Yeah.
So it was legit to an extent, you know, besides the pre-tapes and the backstage shenanigans that happened, which was also great too. Like, you know, as you said, the transformation of, you know, Jeff Hardy going into Willow and Druggy Hardy, all that
Yeah, it
stuff.
was great, like great little bits.
You know,
Loved it.
Loved it. Yeah.
Loved it. Now, inevitably, because of the build up and all of the little things that have happened up until this point, the Hardys going from heel to face, positioned against Decay, who are the heels, being bound for glory, being the fact that, God damn it, they deserve it.
No.
The Hardys won the tag team titles. And I, for one, like, I wanted to see the Hardy Boys win the tag team titles really badly, not Obsolete Mule, Brother Nero, and Broken Matt Hardy, until I saw them hold the titles. And I'm like, no, I want Broken Matt Hardy and Obsolete Mule, Brother Nero.
They could have done that. Somehow they could have got splashed with the water from the Lake of Reincarnation right before the pin or whatever and somehow magically transformed. But
It'll come.
Surely they're getting a lot of traction with those characters, and with contract negotiations coming up, according to the rumors, they might want to take those characters
Elsewhere, yeah.
elsewhere.
Look, we're talking February, March next year. Their contracts come up with TNA. WWE's already expressed interest in picking up both of them.
Broken Matt Hardy, thank you.
Yeah, Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. Yeah. Personally, I would have no problem with them going to WWE. There's only so much they can do in TNA. Let the run have its run here. They're getting older. Let them go take their paycheck, go into the Hall of Fame, get your TNA tax WWE Legends contract, and get paid for the rest of your lives. And you know what? Who would work best in that performance center in the role that Dusty Rhodes used to have? Clearly, Matt Hardy. Dusty Rhodes used to teach people how to play characters. Matt Hardy is now the greatest character actor in wrestling history.
Well, you proved it, obviously.
Yeah. And if you want to learn how to be a character and how to put a promo over, Matt Hardy should have that job. And Jeff Hardy should be the dude to teach you how to take bumps without killing yourself, because clearly he knows some fucking magic, because that dude should be dead.
At the end of that match, he just stood up and carried on like nothing had happened.
He climbed up on one of the tallest ladders I've ever seen my whole life. Jumped on to Crazy Steve with 2 tables set up, was it?
Yeah.
Completely missed Crazy Steve, just so
Just so he could take a table bump.
Yeah, just so he can take a table bump. And then, mind you, Crazy Steve's dead on the floor, and Jeff Hardy gets up, and as you said, just dusts himself off.
Yeah.
Got the title. It's like, yes,
It's like a little stumble.
What magic potion does that dude have? And go teach it to the young guys so they stop hurting
I was
themselves.
gonna say Xanax, but yeah.
Not anymore.
Well, Rosemary also took an epic table bump from
yes, I forgot about that.
from Reby as well.
So this is what I'm saying. You could literally, we could do an entire episode just on that match alone.
They could have had an entire pay-per-view on that match alone.
Yeah.
They honestly could have, and just spun it out.
That was great. All right.
I would watch that.
I just want to see where they're gonna go with this now.
Yeah.
Are they going to continue this? Are they going to... Is this... Are they going to go back to, as you were saying, the Lake of Reincarnation and go back to the old Hardy Boys? Is that why it's there? We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I think this is going to continue on for a while. Then.
Yeah.
But I know that was definitely match of the card.
That's nearly match of the year.
Yeah.
Well,
Just out of
he's already got
contender
for match of the year with him and Jeff Hardy.
Final deletion.
Yeah, final deletion. So this I honestly reckon this was better. So
this is good, great. All right, moving on. We've got to move a little bit quicker because we're taking up a lot of time because there's just so much to talk about. This was just a packed show. Yeah. Next up, we had Gail versus Maria for the Knockouts title. Yeah. This was the inevitable conclusion to the build-up that has been coming for quite some time. This is Gail Kim's moment. She's getting put into the Hall of Fame tonight. She's taking the title. We knew that. Now, we thought, personally, I'm going to put it out there, I thought this was going to be a squash match. I thought Maria was going to be in the ring for 90 seconds, get destroyed. Gail was going to hold the title up. Everyone cheers. That did not happen. Maria put on a goddamn show.
I was about to say that. So, I was literally... I thought this match was literally going to go for a minute and not even, be in the ring. I thought, Gail Kim was going to go out there, just smash the shit out of, Maria. Because, Maria hasn't wrestled once in TNA. Well, we haven't seen her wrestle once. Were we proven wrong again? Yeah. Again, we were proven wrong. Yeah, she put on a freaking show, dude. She was freaking vicious.
Yeah.
She played her character very well. She, her character's very mean and very
And she wrestled that style.
Yeah, and she wrestled that style. It shows, it was okay, cool. Maria doesn't just have a big mouth. She can also, wrestle. Cool.
I agree with that. She did wrestle very mean, but I disagree with this whole story angle, as I've made that known from the start. Maria is a very intelligent, articulate woman in real life, and she doesn't need to be reduced to hot pants. And I think it undermined the credibility of the whole division the whole time she's had the title. They could have done what they've done in other promotions and had her use Sienna as her lackey and been like, this is my title, and she's just the little fighting mule that does it for me.
And a couple of other indie feds, like, you know, New Japan and stuff, where she's been like the sexy sort of like girlfriend stuff too, which is like, yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, she's got a, you know, hot body or whatever, but I like seeing Mean Maria and, you know.
Yeah, I liked her bossing around the knockouts.
Yeah,
that was
I
good.
don't mind that. Like, I like that too.
Yeah,
so.
but actually touting herself as a wrestler, like just, you know, storyline aside.
Well, no, now she proved that she is a wrestler, so that kind of destroys your little theory there. I hate to disagree with you. I thought this worked really well, and for the reason that I've been saying for quite a number of weeks now, that we needed somebody for Gail Kim to take the title from to mean something. So she could have that moment at Bound for Glory. Now, if you would put it on Sienna, that's fine. She's a monster heel. But it's still her just taking it from another heel. Like, it's not...
been like the same storyline against her and Kong, if you know what I mean.
Which it really should have been Kong, but unfortunately she's not active in TNA at the moment.
Yeah,
so
she's had a kid. She's a mum
had
now.
to rework.
So I think it worked really well because they positioned Maria as the ultimate evil. She's not a heel. She's not the uber bad guy. She's the ultimate evil. This bitch was trying to undermine absolutely everything about the division. So to position her as the champion of that division, like this absolute evil entity that needs to be taken down a peg, and letting Gail take it down at Bound for Glory when she gets inducted in the Hall of Fame.
She's so evil, she wants to take her own spotlight too. Like, you know, being, you know, inducted to the Hall of Fame, you know, whatever. She's trying, like, Maria was trying to take her spotlight that day. Well, you know, being the heel she was, which was awesome. It was like, you know, do that. Awesome. Keep going.
So I liked it. I personally liked it because Gail deserves this moment. Gail deserves the title. But especially being the fact that she deserved to go into the Hall of Fame years ago. So it's great to see her in there now. And she needed her moment. Gail needed that Bound for Glory moment. In my opinion, personally, I like the fact that she got it from not just any other heel, not just another talent on the roster, but in the context of the story arc, she took down the quote-unquote ultimate evil to get her title back.
Yeah, but it's not like she really got to showcase what she can do. But we won't harp on about this because I do love Maria and Mike Bennett's characters as the power couple. However, that dynamic might be looking to change.
Usurped! What? That means somebody else is coming in to take his glory. And that person is a guy...
People.
Yeah, wait, I'm getting that. Relax, woman. Let me call the show and you can comment on it. So
Wrong.
This guy comes in. Don't know what his surname is.
I have no idea who it is.
No, it is.
He's a
no
Madonna.
idea.
Doesn't need a surname.
Real. It's hard to track people down when they don't have a surname. But his first name's Cody. Now, he's been teamed up with the other person that had no connection to him as far as I'm aware of, Brandy Rhodes. So Cody and Brandy Rhodes come out and interrupt the Miracle and Maria's heel promo when Cody, no surname, and Brandy Rhodes kick both of their asses. What did you guys think of the introduction of this new unknown element into TNA?
I loved how Maria, she yells at them to go back to WWE. I reckon that's an inside joke between all four of them because they're all like, yeah, right.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, freaking Cody. Who is he? I have no idea who this guy is. Is he like some new indie wrestler?
I don't know, but I've heard of Brandy Rhodes.
Oh yeah, I know Brandy Rhodes. She's pretty cool. I've heard much about her, and like she has like a family dynasty behind her, like something like that.
She married into it, you know, that's quite common. Triple H, thank you.
There's a rumors of like their grandfather was a plumber,
Oh yeah, something like that.
possibly.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. Cody and Brandy Rhodes, was it?
Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Guys, it's silly.
All right, and in our main event, we had the one and only trouble, Ethan Carter III versus the Destroyer, Bobby Lashley,
Our favourite wrestler who's not Joe Hendry.
EC3. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards Eli Drake, but that's a discussion for another day.
And Kirby.
Yeah. For the TNA World Heavyweight title in a no-holds-barred match. Before we get to the ending of the match, let's just talk about the match itself. So this is two big guys who hit hard. They clearly went out there with an agenda of, let's put on a Japanese style match. And there was some great bumps and spots and bits in it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I actually went on the line
On the interwebs?
on the interwebs, and with like, you know, just looking through the forums and stuff, and people were telling me, people were saying that EC3 was botched the whole match and he ruined the whole Bound for Glory and everything. I don't know what they were watching. I think they were just watching another WWE show or something, because did you see that, dude?
No. Was it what was his name? Damian Bateman versus Bobby Lashley in NXT? That's a Derek Bateman. That's a different company, guys. It's a different company.
Please, I'm pretty sure.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I haven't read any hate, but I don't know. I didn't feel it from EC3, honestly. Like, maybe there was just something lacking in his offering, and I don't know.
Cool. So we don't need to talk to you anymore.
Sorry.
Don't be cruel.
Overall, it was a great match, but I knew Lashley was going to win, like, straight away. Like, I just think that it was all, like, EC3 was just
I don't think Lashley was going to win, sorry.
And that's the problem with the match.
Yeah.
So right up until that point, I was having a really good time with this match. I thought it was...
Sorry, you were saying they were hitting really hard,
Yeah.
these two dudes. Like, they're big dudes, and if you watch Bobby Lashley wrestle, he doesn't hit his opponent. Like, he is a big dude, but he
barely touches
He
people.
barely touches because he knows his own strength. Like, he's a tough dude, right? Not in this match.
No,
not in this match. He was making sure that he was hitting freaking
Yeah,
EC3.
they hit hard.
I
They
think
weren't...
EC3 told him, like, dude, make sure you hit me.
Yeah, this is the biggest show of the year. Let's go out there and put on a
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And I was having a great time with this match right up until the end where Lashley won, and I'm like, why?
You can't take the ending for it, but, like, you know, as much as it was disappointing, it actually was a good ending.
No, and here's why. Here's why I don't think it was a good ending, right? Now, I agree with you. The match was great, and I thought up until that point the match was really good. But throughout the show, you'd positioned the fact that the faces are winning now.
Well, all the faces did win, pretty much. If you think about, if you don't count Eli Drake, but
Eli Drake's turning face if he likes it or not. And then you've got, you know, the Hardys win, Aaron Rex wins, Gail Kim wins. You know, the good guys won this show.
won.
DJZ won. Like, the good guys won the show. This felt like a warm, happy return to we know who the good guys are, we know who the bad guys are, and we get to see the good guys win. That's what wrestling's all about, really. Like, let's be honest. That you need to build up a monster heel for the face to win, to take the title away from him so everyone can be happy.
yeah.
And we didn't get that moment. Like, we got to the end of Bound for Glory, and it's like, wait, wrestling's supposed to be fun. That's not fun. I didn't like that. That kind of made me sad.
That's the Stooge doing his best Simon Miller impersonation there.
Not at all. It kind of did. I was like, you saw me at the end of the show. I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay. That happened.
I don't know what else to say, Stooge. Do you think? I don't know.
I did not like. Thought that the putting over EC3 at this point after the epic build-up of story arc and angle, it was all leading towards that, would have been like the pressure release for the audience of this is the new era. This is finally we're doing new booking and so forth. And it just felt like, well, we'll hang on to this little bit of our old thing just in case. Like we're just unsure about letting that go yet. And it's like, just let it go, please. Please let it go.
But can I just say, their press conference a couple of weeks back, I mean, EC3 is a glory on the mic, and he can verbalize, and he can rap, he can get down. But Bobby Lashley's comeback about being a wrestler and a fighter, and I'm not just a bodybuilder, I thought that was really powerful.
Yeah.
But
that's why EC3 should have
no,
won.
actually, if you go back and look at that, like, you can sort of see how they could have fed that into into Lashley retaining. Yeah.
Oh no, definitely. I can see where they've come from, but at the same time, as I'm saying, as an audience member, I'm not just step away from story for a minute. For the past couple of weeks, TNA's gone back to basic booking. It's trying to make its audience happy. It's trying to put us over as the fans, which is really cool. It's trying to give us what we want. Like, people want to see Eli Drake win. You can see that. They chant for him, so they gave us Eli Drake winning. People want to see DJZ get a push. They're pushing DJZ. People wanted to see the Hardys finally beat Decay and get the tag team titles. We got to see that. Yeah. But everyone wanted to see EC3 win as well. And being the main event in the last match, it kind of left me flat. Like, I love this show, don't get me wrong. I thought this was a great card. Everything on the card worked for me, other than the last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes kind of ruined it for me. I'm like, why would you do that? Why didn't just give me the good guy winning? Because, and better still, Lashley's got to piss off for MMA soon anyway.
Yeah, actually, I'm interested to see what they'll do with that. Isn't it coming up soon? Like you said, they were even mentioning it, that he's got to fight in like 2-3 months or something.
Yeah, so
Which is probably why he won, to cross-promote.
But he's going to have to drop the title soon anyway.
Well,
So that will lead up maybe to him versus Moose.
Maybe. Well, look, I'll be interested to see where it's going, because now they've got to put someone more credible than EC3 in against him for the win. Now, more credible meaning it has to be someone like me. It's got to be a big, dominating person that can go up against Lashley to make that credible now. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that. Again, I'm disappointed EC3 didn't win. I'm going to move on. I built my bridge. I'm crossing that. We're moving on. So moving past that, I'd like to see what happens now.
Same. I'm actually looking forward to what TNA has in offer with, you know, everything coming to the final conclusion, like all the storylines and whatnot. Look, I'm a big EC3 fan like you, dude. I was upset, you know, seeing that happen also. But, you know, let's see what happens. Like, let's see where it goes. And like, you know, we can't have everything. Like, you know, all the other wrestlers won. All the face wrestlers won. So, you know,
We lose one.
we lose one. We can't have them all.
I'm done.
All right, so that's the end of our show. She just said it. I'm done. That means we're not allowed to talk anymore, because
Cool.
that's the way it works. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Before we go,
Every time.
can I just make a quick mention to all the wrestlers that gain a bit of weight over that month break? Shout out to all you guys that still go out there and wrestle for us every night. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. But we also kindly ask if you can go back to that egg white and broccoli diet now, please. Thank you.
And also, we love you, go Kim. Look.
Okay, we done?
Yeah.
We done,
All
everyone?
I can say is you two
We're not.
dummies. Yeah.
And I just want to say Gail Kim's one of the greatest wrestlers. I'm joking.
Thank you so much for listening. I've been your host, the Stooge. I've been joined by Gbanks.
Yo, peace out, guys.
Our special guest, the Knockout Fiona.
Knockouts for life.
And we'll be back next week. That's right, all you haters and non-believers. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Impact Recap.
Dies.
This has been your Bound for Glory special edition. And I think we'll have another one in 12 months' time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.